put that burger in my mouth in about 30 seconds, my head's going to explode. I've been thinking about it all day.
So, Stafford Shurden gas station tailgate review. Yeah, come down this way a little bit. So So you should be an old pro at the camera thing.
Well, I don't know about that. I like being on the other side of the camera, but I am an old pro at eating gas station hamburgers. So
special guest Wright Thompson, and tell us a little Marvel origin story about who the hell is Wright Thompson.
Well, I'm from Clarksdale, Mississippi. Unfortunately, he and I have a bet on this year's Weird Egg Bowl, and if Mississippi State wins, I have to wear a Shurden Farms hat on national television, and when Ole Miss wins. When Ole Miss wins, I don't know what we're going to make him do. I think we're going to make him get Archie Manning's face tattooed on his back.
No tattoos. No tattoos.
Huge tattoo.
So people are going to wonder how I got senior writer. By the way, what's the difference between senior writer and junior writer? Is there a junior writer? Money.
I don't know.
Senior writer for ESPN. And I said, I blackmailed him because he and I broke in Archie Manning's house one time.
We did break in Archie Manning's house.
Exactly a true story.
Which, by the way, not to make fun of Ole Miss fans, but if you want to know the difference between Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans and you're not from Mississippi, here's what happened. Stafford and I both walked up, and he had a key, but the door was boarded up. Now, I'm the Ole Miss fan, so I just stared at it helplessly. And he goes to his toolbox and gets a fucking drill. Gets a drill. It just goes, woo, 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 woo. I was like, okay, well, all right.
That is what happened.
No, it's 100% what happened. I was like, oh, he has useful skills in the world.
So at the time, we were already talking about doing one of these reviews.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you had just written a new book that's coming out in November.
Yeah, November 10th.
Pappyland.
It's called Pappyland. It's a story. Basically, Julian Van Winkle, who makes Pappy Van Winkle, I spent 2 or 3 years with him while he was making this really big transition in his business. And I started out to just sort of write a book about the whiskey, and then ended up writing this weird, almost buddy movie. It's funny, like I had this grand literary theory about what I thought it was, and then my wife read it, and she was like, oh, this is really great. You made Eat, Pray, Love for men. And I was just like,
I love that. Well, that's what we were talking about it on the ride over, and that's what I was getting at is like, how do you, it was so different. It is so different than anything you've done, really.
It's very, and it to me, it really is an exploration of sort of it's a father-son book. It's what's required of a father and what of a son.
That's a theme with you.
Yeah, I keep getting stuck. I think it's a Mississippi thing, honestly. And we were talking about, like, your dad, who anybody who's from the Delta knows about his farming. But I mean, like, there's very much a sense of, like, Mississippi. If you're going to write from Mississippi, you end up writing about inheritance a lot.
Well, it's I thought about that a lot. Your dad died at 58?
Yeah.
Mine at 62.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 29.
I was 32.
Yeah, it's young.
So we have this, and both our dads loved golf.
Yeah.
So I so identify with so much you're writing, and I don't know that is it that you write about it that much or I identify with it so much. But at that age, when that happens, you feel like you're the only person that has gone through it.
And that's what you do. And like intellectually you understand, well, this happens to everyone.
Right.
But it does feel like something that's happening to you.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was a lot of, the book was exploring the good and bad I had gotten from my family and what I wanted to pass on to my daughter and what I didn't.
Yeah.
And Julian was dealing with a lot of those things as well. And so it ended up being this book about everything we were going through. He was, Sonia and I were struggling too, and then ultimately, luckily got pregnant, and Wallace is 2.5. And Julian had a cancer fight. And so we both were in the middle of these things while we were talking about whiskey and home and family, and it ended up just being the thing that it became. It's very odd. Today, by the way, is my 44th birthday.
Oh, dude, happy birthday. I had no idea.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
How did I miss that?
Well, I haven't said anything, so
well,
I was saving it for the camera.
Yeah, it's like, and I bought you dessert today, so I guess it worked out.
You did. We got fried pies in there.
Where the hell are we, by the way?
Man, we are in the Toccopola grocery. This is out in Pontotoc, out from Pontotoc, sort of roughly in between Pontotoc, Taylor, Oxford. It's sort of out here in the country.
Close, I guess.
Yeah, all that. I mean,
I was at Algoma Country Store not long ago, which is not far from here.
No, I mean, and this is...
And I loved Algoma.
You know, and if you look around, the mark of a country store is the ratio to pickup trucks to cars.
I always say on this show that if you want to find a good gas station, look for pickup trucks with ladders and toolboxes.
Ladders and toolboxes, or for sure, any kind of farm equipment. And so this place is great.
Let's open these things up too.
Yeah,
man. I'm starving. I didn't eat breakfast, and they're both the same. By the way, you ordered your burger, and you get it with pickles, onions, mustard, and mayo.
Yes.
And I order mine usually with pickles, onions, and mustard.
Okay.
So but I like mayo, so I was like, make it simple. We just get the same thing.
And then this is something they call Toccopola sauce.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Yeah, so like it's sort of like their In-N-Out burger.
That looks good, dude.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like Big Mac sauce meets Comeback.
It is a little bit like Comeback.
It is, but it's also got that Big Mac sauce. You know, that Thousand Island-y sort of thing?
Yeah.
That's real good.
It is. Maybe a little hot sauce in it, maybe.
Maybe just cumin. So Billy Ray Brown, who has he has a dairy. Everybody at Oxford drinks his milk. His dad was the writer Larry Brown. He's in here almost every day. I mean, this is very much this is a farm lunch spot. I mean, we all grew up with those. I mean, you did in Drew, I did in Clarksdale. You want my Marvel origin story? It is hamburgers at the Line Grocery and outside of Clarksdale.
This thing looks good. This is an old school burger, dude.
This is a legit great
Is this
burger.
a slug burger?
This is not a slug burger.
So they do slug burgers sometimes.
They do slug burgers sometimes. Because, I mean, there are people who grew up with them, and that's the taste of home. Here we go. That is a good hamburger. That's
good.
They do plate lunches, too. And
we didn't come on plate lunch day, though.
No, but their meatloaf is so good that it's an old local recipe. And the grandchildren of the lady whose recipe, they eat it at her house for free on Sunday.
They still eat it here.
But during the week, they come and pay for it here just to get the
on
taste
Friday,
of grandma.
So they eat it Friday and Sunday because it's so good. They say the sauce on the top of it is what makes the meatloaf.
It's, it's got some brown sugar in it. It's tomato sauce. But it's very much, that's the way to go.
You're pretty good at this in front of the camera thing. I think you've done this before.
I have done it a time or two.
He picks up quick. So you're a journalist first, writer second, writer first, journalist second. Or is there a difference?
I don't really think there's that much of a difference. I mean, if it's not true, it's cheating.
I guess the thing about journalism, I think being a journalist, you probably pay a little more attention to the details around you.
Well, you're sort of trained to walk through the world a certain way.
I guess that's what I'm asking.
I mean, there's a small rooster, a large rooster.
As opposed to a guy that wakes up one day and says, I'm going to write a novel.
No, you're constantly, constantly. Dude, this is a good, for real, good burger.
Very good.
So
I want to come back on Fridays and get the meatloaf.
So you go to a lot of gas stations, which is the modern version of the country store.
Exactly.
So,
you know what? It's even more than that. It's the modern version of the commissary.
Yes.
The on-farm commissary. Because you went from the plantation commissary to the country store to the modern convenience store.
What's the Dodge chicken in Cleveland?
Yeah.
That's good fried chicken.
It is. I have not reviewed them yet, actually.
Dude, we got to go over there. Their spicy chicken sandwich is where it's at.
I didn't know that.
This place is Central Casting. And you can see it's at a crossroads where all great country stores are because folks are coming in. These are folks who are working, so they don't have time to go into Oxford, which is 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Well,
in my little place in Drew there, it's the same kind of thing. I mean, you go in and you see all the farmers.
Yeah.
And used to there was a coffee shop. Most of those are gone, but the little stores like this are still there.
You ever been to And you go to the Rest Haven in Clarksdale in the morning. There are those old men farmers in there.
Kibby omelet. Oh my God.
It could be omelet.
That's the best thing on the menu, I think.
I mean, Paula Jackson, God bless you.
So good.
Paula owns it, makes those pies. Her dad was Mr. Shamoon, who owned it. And you probably don't remember this. There used to be, like, you know, in Clarksdale, coming down the hill where the Double Quick is, like by the Couturier Mansion, the old Catholic school, there's Shamoon's Grocery on the left there, sort of right there by the Double Quick where you turn to go to the driver's license place. And those were as good hamburgers as you could get anywhere. That place is gone now. I mean, we talked about that in the ride out here. Like, so many of these places are gone.
Particularly in the Delta.
And yeah, and the reason I like these things so much is that not only do I like the food, but they really are as close as I can get to go back in time.
It's more than, and I always give the country stores, I mean, it is about the taste of the burger, but they're always going to get a little bump from the nostalgia.
Well, just
tell me what nostalgia means. I read that in your book too.
Well, nostalgia comes from the Greek words for home and pain.
I had to think about that one too.
But boy, doesn't that make a ton of sense?
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, we're talking like there used to be 10 country stores or little beer joints, say, in between Clarksdale and Sumner.
Because we talked about it with love and a little pain because they're gone.
Yeah, and you miss it.
So as soon as when I read that in the book Pappyland, you can pre-order it on Amazon, by the way. I had to do the plug.
No, and also the other thing we're doing is this has been so fun. So I have a little of it to give away. So people who pre-order the book and then go on Twitter and write who they would like to share a bottle with and why, and then just do hashtag Pappyland so I can find them. I mean, I'm going through all these. We've been doing a bunch. I gave
hashtag Pappyland. I didn't know that was coming. That's cool.
No, and so like the book's coming out on the Marine Corps birthday. But one of the bottles that's going out is a Marine who one of his soldiers was killed in Iraq or Afghanistan, and he wants to drink it with the father of the soldier. And so I was like, so I mean, I found the guy, and I'm like, all right, one of them's yours.
You got to do that.
Yeah, and so, but these, I just didn't expect how hard it would be to pick every one of these stories. I'm like, I want to give you one, and you one, and you one. So like, that's what I'm just asking, is because, you talk about home and pain. So much of bourbon makes me feel very much the way these country stores feel, which is like it's about commuting with something.
It's way more than just what's in that bottle.
Yeah, and so like, I see an old Charter bottle, and I think about Delta Farmers when I was a kid.
Kentucky Tavern, KT.
Dude, in high school, and we used to go get
which would kill your taste buds.
And get
that's what it means.
And you get a case of Falstaff for like $6.
Oh man.
But who you want to share a bottle with and why? And we're giving it. I got something to give away.
Final score? What do you think?
Well, look, man. First of all, I give a straight 9.99999 to the Diet Dr. Pepper. Like, I love a Diet Dr. Pepper. The burger. The burger is very good. I go with I think a 6.9 on the burger. The fries. Fries are gas station fries.
They're crinkle cut fries.
Yeah. The star of the show to me was that fried pie, which, I mean, I'm going to go 9.7. That fried pie, like...
It's the real deal.
It's really good.
Burger? Did you say the burger?
Yeah, man. Like, I think a 6.7, 6.8, somewhere in there.
I'm going to give the burger a 7.2 along with the Toccopola. How do you say it? Toccopola.
Toccopola. Oh, the Toccopola sauce. Dude, that's a strong 7.5.
It's I'm gonna give it and the burger 7.2.
Yeah.
And the fried pie a 9.2, which is as high as any score I've given.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. And buy the book. I get to have more cool guests like this if you guys actually go buy the book. It's gonna be a great Christmas gift. You can pre-order on Amazon right now. I'll put the link in the comments.
Thanks, man.
You're awesome, dude.
Let's turn that truck AC on.
Yeah. Live life with passion, guys.
Well, my buckle makes impressions on the inside of her thigh. There are little feathered Indians where we tussle through the night. If I'd known she was religious, then I wouldn't have come stone to the house of such an angel, too messed up to get back home. Hold me close, my dear, and sing your whispering song softly in my ear. and I will sing along. Honey, tell me how your love runs true, and I can always count on you to be there when the bullets fly. I'd run across the river just to hold you tonight.